Ninja Cowboy. What's up, everybody? It's Saturday. It's chill day. Day I get to relax. I'm off, and most importantly, I get to eat rice. Sticky rice. I'm pretty fired up about that. You start limiting how much you eat, when you eat, all the time, like not just doing it carte blanche. You make it more special in certain ways, which, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And sticky rice is one of my creme de la creme items on my menu, super. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, what was I going to comment on? Because I just posted that thing about how you have to limit your exposure to toxicity when you're trying to elevate, because it constantly gets in the way of the flow of straight stream. And that's, it's extremely important if you're trying to manifest things quickly. But this is what I wanted to say, because I like to, I think a little kindness goes a long way. And I'm not, just because you're unhealed, or you know you're unhealed, or, even if you don't know you're unhealed, which is worse, this message is really for these people who kind of feel like you're on the cusp of, like, man, I know I got some problems, and I can see they're affecting my life, but I don't really know what to do about it. That's what this message is for. So, I apologize you have to watch Genghis Khan stomp on his rice, but if you want the channeling and the message, you'll listen up. Welcome. Holy Spirit welcomes you. So what up? That's easy. Realize you were born into a reality where everything has a start and an end. Start and an end. You're born, you live, you experience, you learn, you grow, change, you die. Everyone shares that, right? But we all have a different life. Why? Well, we're born into different situations, we change into different situations, and that's another process. So wherever you're at, you're supposed to be there. However well, however poorly, however good, however bad. And your first step toward consciousness is to realize that you are not just a machine programmed to do these things, but that you are a part of it all. You're a part of all this. And when you start to realize you're a part of all this, you can start to take part in it. But while you live in your ego and you live in your head and you always think you're the world and everyone else is separate from you, we're all lonely little individuals in the universe. There's no way we could be related and connected at an energetic, at a soul level, at a heart level, at a creator level. So that first step of conscious of realizing you're a part of all this, and all this matters to you because you matter to you. And if you don't think you matter to you, you've been conditioned not to believe you matter to you. That's just going through the work of breaking that conditioning down and changing it in your head and then applying it in life. Anyway, this particular message is for those people who are kind of on the fence. Now, I really kind of just all explained it. You need to embrace your connection with all of this. And the more you can embrace that you're connected to this reality around you and the people in it, the more you can realize that what you do for them, you do for yourself. What you do for yourself, you do to them. The energetic system, operating system of karma is a real thing. And, if you've been here long enough, you know that if you put out good, you get more good. If you put out bad, you get more bad. It's very simple math. So you have to check your own karma if you feel like you've been going through a slump for some time, and see if you can make a shift. Because I know one thing for sure, this reality is for enjoyment. It should not be for suffering. We're way past the point where people should still be suffering. We're too smart, we're too intellectual of a society that people should still be suffering. Like, that's simple math, fixing that one. Why is that an issue? That stuff, But I also see from my broad vision, which I have, You know, I developed. Oh, I had the funniest thought earlier of why I talk sometimes like a cowboy, and that's when I started learning. When I first came over as a kid, and I didn't speak English at all, around 6 or 7, around Bam's age. All I did was watch old westerns. I'd watch Gunsmoke and Bonanza, and The Rifleman was one of my favorites, and Lone Ranger, so I think that's where I picked that up, because I was listening to all the new songs, Lakeland and Ninja Cowboy. I was like, man, you got this like old western Marty Robbins thing going through some of these songs. I also love Marty Robbins and old western songs. And remember that Garth Brooks song he did, that fireside campfire song, "Hawk on a Wing" or something. That was one of my favorite songs that he put out in his era because it was that Western vibe. And but that's funny, you know. My talking style and cadence and sound sometimes have this old cowboy vibe, but it also makes sense because I'm almost certain my previous life was a life in the Old West, 1888, yeah, 1850s, 1950s kind of thing. This is what I feel like my window was. So, the reason for those two things, though, we all recognize a certain level of toxicity in ourselves, and if we don't, that's toxic. If you think you're just perfect and good and you're good to go, and like, you're always learning. I don't care who you are. Mother Teresa was learning till her dying day. Gandhi, Martin Luther King, sadly. So we're here to grow and expand ourselves and learn to be kind and forgive and become better energies, whatever we are, human, biological systems, whatever. But we want to be the best version of it. Each and every one of us should want to be the best version of it, not the shitty ass version. So, and that's not you. That's not the real you that feels that way. That's the conditioning. That's that cultural conditioning, that the old ancestors' conditioning, the way they spoke to each other, the way they treated each other. To break those cycles, you have to choose to, and then you have to change your behavior. And it's a gift you give your children that's probably the greatest when you think about it. If you can improve their operating systems for dealing with this reality, that's the win. That's the win. Sawati Kap. All right, man. I'm so excited. We got so many amazing things coming up. Saturday, March 15th, we'll be having a Pisces Aries party, citywide party for Pisces Aries. Come celebrate, have some cake. The Ninja Cowboys are performing. We got 3 in the band, so it's pretty awesome for us. That's 7 to 9 p.m. Winchester Pub, Cat Claw and Rebecca area. And, sorry, my dogs were tripping. And then, I believe Saturday, March 29th, I'm so proud and honored for this one, man. We get to open up for one of the biggest uprising bands blowing up right now throughout the state and even Nashville and other areas. Howard County is going to be here performing at the world-famous Upstairs Club. That means so much to me. I held Texas Songwriters Finals there. I grew up there dancing and having a great time till 4 in the morning when I was in high school. Like, that place meant a lot to me, and it still does. And so to be able to open, the Ninja Cowboys are opening for those guys, introducing them to Abilene. Y'all come out and support Howard County. Come hear some of that real red dirt music. Brandon's got one of the best voices I've ever heard in my life. So much energy, so much heart, so much gravel, so much strength. I call him Lion Man because he's like a walking lion. Just like me, and that's why I love, I connect with people like that. So I'm real excited. I'm getting to know him and Neil real well since the last Texas State Songwriter Championship. Appreciate them. Shout out to Cynthia. Shout out to Rhino. Shout out to the Tribe, Kristen, Tracy, everybody involved, helping out, all the great new artists I met this year. And then 3:30. This is one of my favoriteest things because this is almost a 5-year project of getting this album done. We're going to be recording our final song, my favorite song, by Jimmy Ninja and the Ninja Cowboys at Wonderland Studios in Clyde, Texas on 3:30 at the end of March. And I'm stoked because then after that I can take a short little vacation. I haven't had a real break and vacation from all this madness over almost the last 4.5 years of getting this album together. And I'm just fired up to get there and get that done. I just want to make sure everything else gets done correctly, and we don't, you know, we don't rush through. You know, a grown person, the first product they give you, the last one's going to be just as good. So I'm so stoked to have more grown, cool people who see my vision and my frequency and understand how I want to work and operate. And that level of professionalism is highly rewarded and highly appreciated on our end at Jimmy Ninja Entertainment. Keep it kung fu. That's what you got to do. Come out. Hey, the Reels. We got new songs out. Ninja Cowboys, Barbie Doll Friend, Lakeland. All right, please check them out. Check them out on your Reels, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Guys, you're all in this with me. I don't know if you noticed, but y'all been on this journey with me from zero to hero. So get on board. Share some of the songs. Look up Jimmy Ninja when you're doing your song thing. You don't have to put AC/DC every week. You know who I'm talking to. You can support one of your friends who you actually knows, who'll actually give you a free ticket for you and your romantic partner when I come rolling through in a few years or months or however long that takes to do that. But come on, support the people you love and know. And I know I'm doing better every day at it. So y'all keep it kung fu. That's what you got to do. Ninja Cowboy up.